Great. Well, Melissa, thank you so much for joining me today.
I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for having me, Seth.
Absolutely. So I'm excited to learn more. Obviously, our mutual friend Ken has connected us. And so I've been researching you a little bit online, but I'm excited to hear about what you're up to straight from you. So it's a big year. This is the 60th year of the Michigan Lakes and Streams Association, the MLSA. So I'd love to hear from you just a little bit of history about the organization and how and why it was formed.
Yeah, so back in the 60s, there was a small group of lakes and that got together, and there was a professor at MSU, Humphreys, and he got some lakes together, and they discovered when they got together that they had a lot of similarities. And I'm speaking especially about people who are living on that inland lake. And, obviously our organization encompasses streams and rivers as well. So people who are living on these freshwater resources, they have, it's a great privilege and a great responsibility to be in that position, so in close proximity to that water. And people care, they really care about the water, the quality of the water. And so, back in 1961, when they got together, they had a revelation that they had a lot of similar issues. It didn't matter where they were in the state, their lakes may be different, but they had a lot of issues that they could learn from each other and, help each other with some best practices and ways to protect their water.
So it's great work that you're doing. I'm curious to hear about the biggest challenges.
And I would say for myself, as executive director of this legacy organization, this has many years of working with lakes and supporting people. For me, it's trying to touch people's hearts and minds. Lakefront property owners, they love their water, they care about their water, but usually, someone has come from somewhere else and they maybe lived in a suburb somewhere, or in a town like Kalamazoo, where I am right now, and there is a certain standard of, it's almost a style of yard maintenance that everyone is very comfortable with and has grown up with, and there's sort of a standard there. And the way that we currently manicure our yards is just not, it's not good for water. And there's a overuse of fertilizer, and honestly many yards in Michigan don't even really need fertilizer because of our soil quality here. We don't need it. So there's fertilizers, and there is a lack of native plants. And so, not only does that affect the pollinator populations, but it's all part of the ecosystem. And when you live near the water, those things are even more important than just worrying about living in an urban environment. So yeah, for me, it's trying to help people see that what we've been taught to perceive as a beautiful yard is not necessarily the best decision, and that maybe we need to balance some function and form to make sure that we're doing what's best for the ecosystem and the water quality.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. So in closing, how can people get involved with your organization? And if you have any calls to action that you'd like to lift up, the floor is yours.
Sure. Well, I certainly encourage people to, when you're enjoying the water, obviously everyone should go and enjoy some water, because water is an amazing, it's calming. It has so many positive effects on people. So, everyone should enjoy the waters of Michigan, but we just ask that you enjoy them responsibly, that if you're out there on your kayaks or your boats, that you clean, drain, and dry so that we can stop the spread of those invasive species. So that's, that's definitely really important, to try to keep those 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 pesky little plants from getting from one place to the other, or the zebra mussels. And if you are interested in our publication, the Michigan Riparian Magazine, we have a spring issue coming out. We have articles that are going to be about microplastics and boat washing stations to help you do the clean draining and drying that you need to do. You can subscribe to our magazine. You can become a member. You can become a member as an individual. You don't have to be part of a lake association, and you can support the work that we do. You can make a donation, and you can do all those things on our website, which is mymlsa.org. So I'll spell that out. It's mymlsa.org. And also there, not everyone has the resources to contribute. You can sign up for our newsletter, and that goes out about monthly, sometimes a little bit more often, if there's an issue that's come up. And that's free, and we just put you on our list and send you updates about events and educational opportunities and resources that are good for water. We're also on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. If you follow us on YouTube, we have lots of videos. Anytime we have a webinar, or our last annual conference was virtual, all of those sessions on various topics are all recorded, and available for people to view. So, yeah.
Melissa DeSimone, Executive Director of the Michigan Lakes and Streams Association.